Good evening and welcome to tonight's session. Tonight we are going to be talking about how to create ITSM catalog, service catalog. And like I said earlier, service catalog is a document containing all the services within the organization, their description, their usage, service owner, their availability, and the service level agreement attached to every service. With that, you have a comprehensive list of what you are offering to the organization, IT services you are offering, and as it aligns to organizational objectives and how they benefited the end user, that is the customer. Making sure that customers will always be happy whenever they are using company services via IT. How does IT support the organization to make customers happy while using or consuming the organizational product or services? So we need to understand all the services we support. So once you have that, so many of us will join organization, you can stay for 20 years, but you don't know their IT infrastructure. You don't even know what they offer and what they do not offer. So one of the things is that after a good company, once they have a good ITSM, they'll have what we call newsletter, weekly newsletter, or monthly newsletter, or quarterly newspaper letter from the ITSM unit. With that, they continuously communicate to the entire organization and end users, customers, about the services they offer and how their services can benefit you as a customer, as an employee, or anybody using in any way you are consuming company services as end user or as an employee, whichever way. That newsletter is very important, but so many of us who do not understand what newsletter, or maybe some people are not using that newsletter very well, but it's very vital in terms of communication from the ITSM unit. So let's look at our lesson notes and we'll continue the rest of the story from there. So, like I said, we stopped at service blueprint. And in the blueprint, what the blueprint is telling us, blueprint is a roadmap. When you have a blueprint, so if we don't, another name for blueprint is roadmap. And another name for roadmap is plan, comprehensive plan. So when we talk about blueprints, we're talking about comprehensive plan. What is the plan? What is the plan the organization have? How do they want to manage the ITSM unit? How? So to manage the ITSM unit, you need to come up with a blueprint, and this is a blueprint. And in our blueprint, that is our plan, our roadmap. The first thing here is, you see, design elements. The first thing here is service catalog. So to create a service catalog. After service catalog, we can talk about other things like service level agreement, service availability, but they are still going to be captured in service catalog. But Capturing it in service catalog, it needs to be treated as a big topic as well before you can capture it very well in service catalog. So service catalog is a summary of everything. So you see in this, we still have capacity management, incidents management, and security design. But all of them are still going to be captured within the service catalog. So the service catalog is a comprehensive list of services provided by the organization. I use full tracker here. So I'm over publicizing this full tracker by the organization. Example, full tracker. So, including, as in full tracker, we have like something like delivery, payment, customer support. If you go to other organizations, you might get different service from what we are seeing in full tracker. So we've talked about this thing, this service design last time. So this is just to refresh our memory. So let's look at service catalog. And creating service catalog, we need to put ITIL at the back of our mind in terms of incident resolution. So ITIL is the framework, that is the methodology we're going to use. That is the top methodology, globally accepted methodology. You can call it framework as well. So that's what we're going to use here. And we're going to use a company called Futraco as a case study when we are trying to create this service catalog. So now, when we are creating a service catalog, as a service manager, you need to invite a lot of stakeholders within the organization. All the services you are providing them via different departments. So, for instance, this grocery delivery is a service. We provide it via, you see, logistics manager. It means it will have logistics department. We can equally have different departments, finance departments, sales. So it depends on how you provide service will determine what will come into your catalog. So these are the columns under which we are going to design this service catalog. The first thing is to identify the services, service name. You know, at times, if you want to break it further, when you identify the name, you put it under category. Or you can identify the service and service description within the incidents. Then you talk about the service owner, who is in charge of this service within the IT service management unit. Which department? So, and which department are they supporting? So service owners are going to be two-way, like in this case, logistics manager, they are the main owner of the service, but in terms of the ITSM unit support, but ITSM can break it down within their own unit, who is going to support this unit within. This is entirely the duty of service ITSM manager to decide the way their company is going to manage all these services by assigning different units. We call it agent, different agents within the ITSM unit. And then we'll create another column where we're going to talk about the service level agreement, and we'll talk about service availability, and we'll talk about service costs. Service costs, most of the time we don't capture it, but I capture it because the last time I created service catalog, the IT director asked me to put the service cost so that it will help us to understand the cost of every services we provide, and that will help us to make budgets whenever we want to make budget to understand how much we need in order to run ITSM unit. So that is it. That is where. So when you invite all these people in a meeting, so we start talking about identifying services. So when you identify service, from there we talk about challenges every service might face within the IT. How IT is going to support them to solve their challenges. That is the major thing, is to help every unit solve their challenges and make sure that they have smooth running of IT within the organization. So here we have grocery. Within the grocery, we identify grocery, most of the incidents within the grocery. Grocery delivery is the ability to deliver grocery products to the customers within the stipulated service level agreement. So the first thing is to identify the service and the incidents within that service. And then by the time we are going to talk about service level agreement, that is how, when we are going to understand how long it's going to take to deliver this service. We cannot do it immediately. This document can take even 1 month to create. It's not that so simple as I just created it, because it involves regular meeting with various departments. You cannot tell logistic department how long it's going to take them. It's based on what is available. They are going to determine within their capacity what they can do. And once we capture it, once we agree, for instance, here you see grocery service level agreement. Here is delivery within 2 hours during business hour. 2 hours to deliver a product or deliver our service here. That is what they have agreed. Everybody agreed. They know their capacity before agreeing on this. And after agreeing, it becomes a law. It becomes our rule. It becomes our regulation. So once they fail to deliver within this period of time, it becomes an incident that we need to look into to make sure that we continue to serve our customers well. So within this grocery, you see identify incidents identification. If we need to work within the ITIL, this is the ITIL framework. The first thing is to identify the incidents within the IT services we provide, all the incidents. And how do we do that? First is identify the incidents, and second is to log the incidents. And then incident diagnosis, incident resolution, and incidents recovery and incidents closure. That is how we are going to capture all the incidents within this. It can be one within these, it can be so many, but here we captured only one incident. And the incidents here is delay order reported by customer. A customer that is delay in order. So meaning that order is not delivered within the stipulated time, maybe 2 hours. That is a delay. We can have so many incidents within this grocery delivery, but we're just capturing one incident here. How do we do that? How do we go about? Once we capture this incident, identify there is a delay. Then we log the incidents. Where do we log the incidents? In ITSM tool or solution. That is where the service now comes in, or Hello ITSM comes in, or Fresh Desk. All these tools we've been mentioning, that is where they come in. So how do we do this incidents management and resolution within this grocery? We capture it this way. First, identify the incidents, and then incidents log. Logging in, log delay, including order ID, time of delay, and customer impact. We log this. And then incidents diagnosis, investigate response, investigate reasons. Example, it could be traffic, it could be delivery agent issue. And then incidents resolution. Once you do the diagnosis to investigate the reason, then incidents resolution, that is troubleshooting the incidents. You contact delivery agent, expedite the process. Now you've troubleshoot these things. Incidents recovery, confirm delivery completion and notify customer. And then incidents closure. Close incidents after resolution is confirmed. So this is one way. You've seen how we've documented the service with the challenges facing that service and who owns that service and the level of agreement, anything that is the service level of agreement can equally comes in two ways. You know, the service level agreement here, this particular one is the service to the customer, and another service level agreement can come in the amount of time to resolve incidents. It's part of the service level agreement that need to be equally identified. But the only one here is just the service level agreement for the customer within the customer. So when we are going to talk about service level agreement, we'll talk about different way we capture service level agreement. Service level agreement is not only within the customer, like the person buying grocery from food truck, or the external customer or user of our service, whichever company it might be. We still have service level agreement within our incidents management, because incidents can never be, we can't troubleshoot incidents forever. So Within the incident resolution, we still have to talk about how do we manage incidents, service level agreement within incidents management. Meaning we need to talk about the amount of time to respond. That is incidents response and incidents resolution. That is another way. So we have two service level agreements here. One is for the customer and one is for the service agent. Service agent is the agent within the ITSM unit. So because that is the law, that is the guide, that is the benchmark for effective service. We need to create service level agreement in every section. If we don't have it, there is no way we decide if we are meeting our KPI or not. That is the key performance indicator. So now this service level agreement has triggered the incidents here. A customer cannot complain there is delay if it's not because we have agreed to deliver within 2 hours and 2 hours have passed and we didn't deliver. That is why they are complaining. So it becomes an incident. And again, when we are resolving these incidents, if we agree that if there is an incident, we are going to respond to that, respond and resolve that incident within 2 hours. After 2 hours, another service level agreement has been violated, and that will trigger to escalation. Escalation means that these incidents, because at times it means that the desk support or the agent resolving this incident cannot resolve the incident. Some incidents can be bigger than them, and in a situation like that, that incident need to be triggered. Trigger means escalation, escalating it to the next level. So that is it. We're going to capture full ITIL incident management in full scale. But this is to give us an overview of how we're going to build this. So then let's look at another service here. Another service we have here is same-day food delivery. Same-day food delivery, and the incidents associated with this kind of service is incorrect or delay delivery based on customer complaint. And the manager here is operations manager, and that is the service owner, and the service level agreement is 90 minutes, within 90 minutes. So if we don't deliver within this period of time, it becomes an incident. So this is where we can capture an incident within same day food delivery. So the service level agreement will be determined by the operation, the operations manager. So it can be, we can change this to any other minutes. And the kind of incidents here, once capture it, this is the way we manage incidents once incidents is captured. Incidents login, document other details, time, delay, and nature of error. And then diagnosis, verify order detail with vendor and delivery agent, and incident resolution. Incident resolution can be replace incorrect order or expedite delivery. Recovery can be ensure customer receives correct order, and once that is resolved, you close the incidents. So that is it. We are stopping here, close the incident, because, well, for now, I don't want us to capture the full incident resolution process, which we are going to treat it as a topic because it's very big. You know, it's something we need to capture and equally model it. So we close. Once we close, why I'm saying this, because in some cases we find out that we cannot resolve. We can't close it. If we find out after incidents, at this point, this is it. At this point, incidents diagnosis, and we cannot resolve, then it will be categorized as a major incident, and then it will take another part by escalating to the higher authority, who will take a decision on what to happen to that particular incident. But for now, let's just follow this and continue. Another type of incidents service is payment processing. This is a service within the organization. The kind of incidents we are going to capture within this environment, within this service processing, there is a service. Payment processing is identify failed transaction form from customer. So failed transaction, customer want to make payment and unable to make payment. That's failed transaction. Using our payment gateways or various ways we want to pay. And here is finance manager. So the service level agreement here is 99.9 uptime. So this is different because they have not paid. So it's not like we've collected their money and we don't deliver, but they are struggling, you know. So that's why we cannot see exact time, because we are not obligated to them, but we are losing customer. That is, and they reported to us. Some of them, this can be kind customers, or we can equally see it from the back end, all the failed, if you log at the back end, the sales person can see from the back end there is failed transactions, so many failed transactions. You can see that, and when we have this kind of failed transactions, it's not good for business, because customers will not be happy and we're going to lose them. So this process, we capture this process, we log this process in our incidents tool like Hello ITSM, logging the transaction detail, time, and priority, and then we'll do an investigation. That is diagnosis. You know, investigate gateway log and identify failure points. And if we're able to diagnose, then we resolve. will resolve, ensure transaction successful, and or ensure that customers can start making payments using the payment gateways. This is one incident that we faced so much in Food Traco. Like all of a sudden, we are using Paystack and we are using Floater Wave. We find out that customers started complaining they can't make payments through our payment gateways. And after our investigation, we find out that the payment gateway we are using have declined our service, so we cannot make use of their service again. They blocked us because the CAC status become inactive, means that we are no longer a registered company and they don't want to do business with us. We are not registered based on our agreement with them, because we register with them as a registered company. And when we during the troubleshooting of that, that's when we find out, and then we have to restore service by trying to reactivate our CAC state. It took time because there's a lot of bottleneck within the CAC. So, and it really affected our operation. So this is how this kind of incidents will be resolved. And again, we have customer support. Customer support here is, we can see identify delays in response time from customers. Response time. So it means this is from the customer support unit. This is an incident delay in response time. So, and on this, the person in charge is support team lead, and the service level agreement is response within 15 minutes. You know, this support this kind of service level agreement, that is the one we're talking about, support, which we should equally add in every other services as well, because we are resolving the incidents in other areas as well. So this is the one that affects the service agent. But the service level agreement here should be elaborate. When we're talking about service level agreement, we need to expand this. We need to expand this environment to capture you see, the only thing we'll capture here is response time. We equally need to capture resolution time. You know, we are responding within 15 minutes. That's responding, contacting them to let them know that we've received their ticket. But it doesn't end there. We need to resolve that incident. In as much as we've responded that we have received, we still need to get back to them to tell them that incidents has been resolved, and this cannot take forever. It must be done within a stipulated period of time. That is the full service level agreement. So, and here is, you log in the incidents, record affected tickets, time taken, and response gap. Do the diagnosis, monitor queue, backlog, and agent availability, and incidents resolution, assign additional agents, priority and critical issues, and incidents recovery, clear backlog, ensure timely response, and verified improvement within the just verify and close the ticket. So, and another service here is order tracking. Order tracking and identify this kind of incidents within this environment. People trying to we've agreed, we have the feature. Some people want to monitor their order, that is their money. They've paid this amount of money and they want to have this service. Maybe they are promising some people that this will be done, and so they are tracking as well. Identify system error preventing real-time tracking. So when customers are complaining that they've lost track of their order in real time, and you promise them they will be monitoring their order in real time. Some people are not that kind of campers. Once they can't have they can't monitor their order, they are no longer happy. So when we provide this feature in our system, we've agreed to provide this service. So once this service once we are not be able to provide, then a red flag needs to be flagged off. These are incidents, and we have to log it, and with the relevant details and our order ID, and we'll do diagnosis and incident resolution. Is either we restart or repair the tracking service. Incident recovery, ensure tracking functionality form started working, and closure, verify service is operational, and close incidents. So, and we have subscription service as well. This subscription service, subscription error response, log errors including customer account detail and subscription type, investigate billing system and account configuration. Then incident resolution, correct billing errors or review subscription. Incidents recovery, notify customer and verify resolution, and then close the ticket. So, and we have another one, order cancellation. Under cancellation, we follow the following incidents: incidents identification, login, diagnosis, incidents resolution, incidents recovery, and closure. So this catalog follows ITIL incidents resolution framework, but this is still at high level. High level means that we still need to break them down. This is not the full, we still need to pick them one by one to break them down, like as we see that we need to capture service level agreements at both ends. During the resolution, we still need to, although we say we captured it within the IT support, but every of these service we need to capture all the service level agreement involved, both from the IT support and from the operations. All these owners are from the operations, owner of the service within the operation. We have not identified the owner of service within the ITSM unit, which is going to be the agent. So, but this is how we build ITSM service catalog. So, going further, we're going to start breaking everything down further, expanding the ownership, including both the operations owner and the ITSM owner. So we have different owners of this service. This service comes within the operations, and the service equally within the resolution unit, that is IT support unit. And we need to capture the service level agreement and the availability time. See here, availability time and the cost. So availability time here, we're available 99.9 availability. We're almost available 24 hours. So this is a high level of ITSM framework. We can't cover everything in just 1 hour. It's not possible. We can, but I try to put it so that it becomes simple, and very soon we'll start expanding on it and it will make sense. So let's have a brief look on this. I shared it before. You see this. This is a catalog. So if you compare this with what I just shared, of course, you know that is a lesson note. But if we need to create a comprehensive service catalog, we need to break it further. This is a low-level service catalog. But the one I shared with us is high level. It's not broken down. You know, like here in this, we have the service name here, and you can even see that we have sub-name. And we equally have category of services. And within the service description here, we have basic description, we have service request, service incidents within, and incidents description, and incidents resolution workflow. As you see here, the resolution workflow, identification, from identification, we'll have login. From login, we'll have classification. From classification, we have prioritization. From there, we'll have diagnosis. From diagnosis, we'll have escalation. From escalation, we'll have the resolution investigation, then we'll have resolution. Yeah. So from this escalation, is when the service agents do not have the capacity to resolve these incidents, then they escalate it. So that's some of the things we're going to be doing going forward, trying to break this down. And when you see here, you see service owner. In this service owner, you see we have main owner, we have first line support, we have second line support, we have third line support, we have escalation. Okay. Then here we have service availability. We captured day, we captured hour. So that is when the service is available. Then when we capture here, we have service level agreement. Within service level agreement, we need to determine the impact of the service incidents, the urgency, response time, resolution time. So here you see response time within 5 minutes, within 30 minutes, within 1 hour. Then you see resolution time within 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And then the urgency, when we talk about urgency, we talk about high when it's severe business impact. We have medium, we have low. So, and when we talk about here, this is high. High, for instance, when is the whole company, when impact is high, when is the whole company, and then medium, when is whole department, and low, when is individual or small group of people that is affected by the incidents or the crisis or whatever. And then we have service cost. Service cost here, you see, to get the service cost, say total tickets handled annually by, this is labor cost per ticket and overhead. And so many people do not have, so many companies, they don't capture this. Like I said, I captured this because I tried to get this for the IT director. He specifically wanted this because of to help him during budgeting. So this is how a comprehensive, it can be better than this. But when we talk about service catalog, you see, this is a catalog. I created this catalog. So, yeah. You see, in our own lesson notes is a bit scanty, because there's no way we can create this kind of comprehensive service catalog within this note. This is just a lesson note, but we've packaged it in such a way that it's still very presentable. So we're looking at, that is the work I'm going to give us. We're going to create a service catalog like this one I created with Excel. So then, before we close for tonight, I want us to look at other companies. So we're not going to talk about, well, I'm going to move this topic further down to, I'm going to bring this forward and then bring this down. But this is going to be, we're going to equally implement a solution. It's going to involve a full-scale project, implementing a Hello ITSM for the company. So I want us to talk about other organizations, to look at the kind of services we can visualize. For instance, banking, NHS, and things like that. So this is, let's say this is a blueprint for a digital bank. A digital bank, and this is a service catalog for this digital bank. So here is the kind of services. Now you can see that their services is different from Full Tracker because online banking. So they have their own different kind of incidents you are going to get from this kind of service. Then they have another service here, fund transfer. This comes with different incidents. Okay, this online banking, the kind of incidents we have here is login issue. Customers can log in, and that is the incidents. Users unable to log in due to password or system error. And incidents resolution, we didn't apply ITL here. We just verify user credential, reset account, and inform user. So this, we didn't apply ITIL framework here. So you see the incident management is not so detailed here. It's a bit shabby. But the purpose of this is to see that we have different services for different organizations. Then we have fund transfer. We have different systems, transaction delay. Then we have account management. Under account management, you have incidents like inability to update personal detail, and incident description here is customer unable to change their account detail. We have loan application, we have customer support. These are various services, right, within this within this digital banking. We have mobile app services. We have fraud detection alert services. And then that is it for kind of giving us picture for different environment or different sectors or industries. Then here is for Nearest.scope, which is a social media platform. Let's look at the kind of services to see that their service is different from these two other services we've captured here. We have a user registration, is a big service. We have a login authentication. We have marketplace payment. We have a content posting. So incidents can come from different, you see, failed upload, group and page management. These are service, a big service in a social media industry. Then we'll have content reporting. We'll have vendor subscription management. We'll have customer support. That is various services we'll capture here. Then if we come to a ride-hailing company, you see we have different service here like ride-hailing service. We have ride bidding service. We have ride-sharing service. We have delivery service. We have payment processing. We have customer support. We have driver support and platform maintenance services. These are services we can get within that industry like ride sharing or hailing like Uber. Then if you are working with somewhere like London Ambulance Service, you have different service ITSM unit might be supporting, like you have emergency dispatch service, we have non-emergency transport, we have a patient's record system, we have a GPS tracking system. These are various services. We have communication service, and then we have IT support service, and that is it for London Ambulance. Then let's take another. Well, this is for hospital, like this is for Queen's Hospital NHS. We have emergency response system. This is a service. Then we'll have electronic health record system. This is a service. And within this service here, like for instance here, emergency response service. This incident here can system downtime, inability to log emergency, cause or assign a resource due to system issue. Then electronics health record, you can see the kind of incidents here is data access error. Then another service here is outpatient appointment system, and the incidents can be booking system failure. These are serious services. Then we have pharmacy inventory service. We have IT support service. We have patient communication service. And that's the much of captured here. Then let's look at other area. We have this is for railway service like London Underground Tube Station. They have their own services, so the point I'm trying to create is that the company, you cannot say I've created, you cannot move service here from full track and bring it, but it means you need to understand the whole concept. So because every service is, so you need to involve stakeholders to understand the services. If we are planning to create a service for any of all these industry or organization, for London Underground Tube Station service, we have ticketing service, we have passenger information service, we have a signaling system service, we have a station security service, we have customer support service, and we have emergency response service. The only one they have in common, most of all these services, is customer support service, which might be different in some way. We have emergency response service, and another one is real estate. In real estate, we have tenant portal service. We're trying to create a service catalog for an organization within real estate like London Landlord Real Estate Management. Then we have landlord dashboard service. We have maintenance request system. We have financial management system service. We have property listing service. We have customer support service. And yeah, for instance, if we want to look at government environment like National Assembly, they have their own different, you need to create a different catalog for them, which might come here. We have parliamentarian portal service. We have document management service. We have e-voting service. We have public hearing broker service. We have legislative document request service. and internal communication platform service, and member support service, and that is it. So if you want for educational sector or industry, such as the University of Westminster, you need a different IT service catalog. For instance, here you see the service here is Students Portal. We have a learning management service. We have help desk support. We have academic record service. We have library service. We have Wi-Fi and network connectivity service. We have research data storage service. We have staff email service. And that's it. So that's the much we have here. So we have a full catalog covering different industries. So for you to see the kind of services, this particular role is needed, or this unit is needed everywhere, every industry they need, because you can support their service, their IT service in different way. So that is different catalog for different industries, although it's in a very high level, but the main point is to give us the understanding of what catalog is all about, how to create a catalog. So you can see this, how this is a mini catalog we have here. All these are mini catalogs, although in some of them, like all these letters, we didn't capture them in just normal catalog. We didn't capture them in ITL environment. So now we have holistic overview of IT service catalog in different environments. It gives all this kind of rich knowledge of what ITSM can do, how we can start working in different environments, what we can expect within different environments or industries, and the kind of catalog we are going to be creating. But we are going to be focusing on Futraco to develop a comprehensive IT service catalog for them. So, and that is what we are going to be doing. So we are going to be borrowing leave. We need to transform this Futraco catalog. You can see this is Futraco ITSM catalog, but we can see that it's not as rich as it's supposed to be. We want to transform this catalog to something like this. That is the goal. Yeah. And that is where the first assignment will start coming in. So by tomorrow, we'll try to see how far we can do in transforming that service catalog to become something like this. That is where the work will start. And then wherever, if we might not be able to finish, but you guys need to finish up the work. So I've set the table for us to do this, and all the resources we have is here. We've kind of received the kind of general overview we need, and we need to create something like this, something very not going to be easy work. I know, but Yeah. So, do you have any question at this point? Okay, Mr. Alex first.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, thank you for the insight on this catalog. I was just wondering because as you were coming up with the service name and the service owner, I was wondering if one is given a job to do a catalog. So how do we come up with the service name? Is it that the company will provide you with the service name, or you are the one to come up with the service name? Because the different companies you show now, they're having different service name.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That you remember when I was starting, I said that when you are trying to create a service catalog, you don't manufacture service name. You invite key, you identify all the departments in that organization, because the IT services is going to be within various departments. Like I use logistics department in Futraco. You see, it become a service name. So you have to identify where they are providing services. So you invite these people and understand services in different areas. That is what makes service name. So in this case, you see here, desktop management, they will tell you different services they provide. And that is, you're going to capture from the stakeholders need to tell you the service name. So you can find that out. As a service manager, most of the time you do this. This is not done alone by service manager. It is done in conjunction with a business analyst. The business analyst will go out to identify various services, part of their data collection or requirement gathering they are going to do, to identify all the services. So, and like I said, different organizations have their different services. So the first thing is service identification.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mr. Charles?
Yeah, good evening, sir, once again, and thank you for the lovely lecture. Okay, my second is a question, but the first is appeal. Because when we were running through the different services, I saw that everything is centered around on incidents management. Basically, everything we are doing, because using the IT framework, we are looking at basically incidents that are coming from each services. Then when you now took us to the main comprehensive this thing, I now saw the basic, because I was trying to know if you say payment structure or maybe tracking this thing. I wanted to see the comprehensive definition or comprehensive definition of a particular service, but I saw that in the main comprehensive this thing. So my plea is that just like you did for us in several of our business, several documentations we saw in project management, you gave us a comprehensive template on how to do these things. I plead, in as much as we will generate our own starting from tomorrow, but we want to have a comprehensive template like the one that we looked at. That is one. Then the second one is on the service cost. The cost we are capturing here now, because I know that some costs can also be charged to the customers. I don't know whether you are getting me. Some of these costs, like in the banking services, I know that several banking services comes with a cost that the customer will bear. This cost we are talking of here, is it the running cost within the organization that we might now transfer to the accounts department to be able to do their profit markup and transfer it to the customer?
Well, the cost I captured It's just the other cost is the service cost from the customers, but in the other one, the service cost is the incident resolution cost. So like I say, most of the time, the service cost doesn't come in, but once they ask you to do something, they want to use one stone to kill two birds, so they want to understand the service cost. So you can try to get the cost in. So depending on what cost, like the cost from the customer is not always available because you already see the cost within, like somebody want to place order, they already know how much they are going to charge. It's already there in their website, or for instance in the food truck. If somebody wants to order for food, they know how much it's going to take to deliver the food. That is service cost on the cost. So we don't normally capture, so in most cases. And on the incident side, customer company bears the cost of it, but now they want to know how much it's going to cost them to resolve an incident. So that will help them to know the amount of staff they are going to be recruiting. So that is, they added that cost because they wanted me to help them get something out. But in most cases, you do not capture cost.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, and again, on comprehensive catalog, that is what we are going to be creating. Like I said, I will help to create it. That's what we're going to be doing going forward. If I create a service and just dump it, you are not going to learn much if you do not participate. Why I'm saying this is because if I create a template, how are you going to use that template in other environments? The main thing is to understand it, how to create it. Are you getting it? Because you can see
Yes,
that if you get a template for food tracker now, if you go to NHS, or NHS is a hospital here in UK, are they going to be having food delivery error there? No.
No.
So it's different environment. Or if you go to University of Westminster, where we'll be creating a catalog for them. So although you will still help, it will help to apply. But the point is that we're going to create everything together. So hopefully we can do everything together and we'll have a full, yeah. So I want us to be part of the creating it. That's the point. Not that I can create everything and just deploy for you people to read and keep. If you want it that way, but I want us to be part of the whole creation.
Want to be part of it, sir. Thank you, sir.
No worries. Okay, Julie.
Okay, sir. Yes, I wanted to know if we're going to brainstorm tomorrow together to create the service catalog, but you've just answered that.
Yes, but you can see there's a lot of work there. All of us know this is where the work lies.
Yes.
It can take months to create a catalog, but it's not going to take up because we don't have that kind of time here. So, going forward, we are going to be needing a team lead. If you guys can see that there is need for that, I'm not going to appoint one. I will leave you people to meet. Can meet after this class. Though I know I'm going to have more offer and chat, so it's not going to be possible this night. But whenever you guys need to meet, I'm not going to appoint anybody. If anyone wants to volunteer to do it, team lead is a big work. It's not rice and beans. So if any of us can volunteer, and all of you have the capacity, if you can volunteer to do the work, good. But if you cannot volunteer, we can do it by election. And even if we don't want to volunteer, we can nominate and we'll pick someone. But there is need. Why I'm saying it because we need to be outside me. You can see the work, the real work is now coming out. So where someone will be prompting others. We'll have a meeting, or someone will be creating link for the group outside me. Post it in the link. We'll have a meeting, or let's discuss about service level agreement to this and that. To yeah. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
noted.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Very clear, sir.
Okay, so I think we are going to stop it here. So that I have time to join the next class in 10 minutes.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right, sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Yeah. Good night.
Yeah, good night, sir.